In day 143, again the poet speaks and gives the glory of Sri Ram and that why we have to surrender to him. He says, worship Ram and Ram alone you worship, who is the embodiment of the truth and the supreme. His greatness is he is unfailing. He hits the target, never misses it. By it can be either of a word or of an arrow. His deeds are our guidelines or the book of guide, and a person who follows his deeds in their life are bound to get salvation for sure. And he says, therefore, you think of him alone. No efforts can seem extreme to get salvation by thinking of him. Poetically, he says like this: Bhajayamani pahatam ramayeku Karim banayeku mukhe shabdayeku क्रियापाहतां बुद्धरे सर्वलोकू धरा जानकी नायका च विवेकू धरा जानकी नायका च विवेकू. So here he says that Janaki Nayaka means the better half, the best half of Janaki, that is Sita. Viveku, have a thought of him. Dhara, ki. Sarva, always. Now, Bhajavajanim Bahata Ramayeku says, Bhajava should worship. You see, it's a model word, should. You should. No excuses are accepted. Should worship. Who? Janeem, all the living beings and creatures on this earth, you and I and all the people. Pahata Ramayeku, seeking Ram Yeku alone, we should worship. We should worship Ram alone. No, I am a Krishna devotee, I am a Vaishnavi devotee. That's fine. What we are supposed to understand is that feet of Sri Krishna is not different from the feet of Sri Ram. All are one at the inner level. You don't get into conflicts. Oh, now what should I do? Should I change my Ishta Devata? Should I have two Murtis at home? One Krishna, one Rama, one Vaishnavi Devi, one Ranganayaka? No. Understand that everything is Sri Ram. That the Vaishnavi Amma is also Sri Ram. The Bala Benne Krishna or the Butter Krishna or the Laddu Krishna is also Sri Ram. Sri Ranganayaka with Sri Devi and Bhudevi is also Sri Ram. And what is he? Who is he? He is Sri Ram. Kari bhana yeku mukhe shabda yeku. Kari in hand. What does it have? Bhana, an arrow. How many? Only one. Because it doesn't miss the target. and mukhi in his mouth. In the sense here, the speech, shabda word, eki only one. In the sense what? He speaks only one word answers. Objective type question. Yes or no? No, no, no. He says what he means is, if he says once, that is final. If he gives a promise, that is accomplished. If he says, I will never leave you, he will not leave you. You might feel with your doubt, he has left me. He didn't come to my rescue. That is your mistake. That is your fault. He never misses. Mm. But for you to understand that also, it requires a little bit of intelligence. And only one arrow. He doesn't require a queer of arrows. It doesn't miss a target. So that is his thing. The word that comes from his tongue shall never miss. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, n number of promises, n number of promises, nothing to be fulfilled. Or politicians. There are many, for example. Of course, there are good politicians also. I'm not denying anything. So, see that. And then, he says, Kriyapahata uddhare sarva loku. So, Kriya means action. Kartari, Kriya, don't go there to grammar. Pahata, seeing. Uddhare, uplifts. Sarva, all. Lokum, the people. All the people in the world gets uplifted seeing his action. Because he lives what he talks and he talks what he lives. There's a wonderful coordination between the body, the mind, and the speech, which we lack here. So a person who looks at Sri Ram, he gets an alignment in the body, mind, action path. There is no mismatch. He's a great motivator. Looking at him, you understand, oh, a leader has to be like this. It can be either the physical personality or the psychological thinking or the emotional balance or the spiritual uplift. From any corner, IQs, EQs, SQs, whatever you call it as. Perfection, a perfect leader. Prathama Bhashi, Mrudu Bhashi, Ritava. So if you just look at his speeches, there's a number of adjectives added to that as a leader. Leaders are motivators. He's a great motivator. His life itself is a motivation for everybody. Excellent follow-ups. A leader should always be doing follow-ups. Excellent. You see, you know what happens, how they give you a promise and they say after the monsoon I'll come and help, and then you know what happens again. Of course, his brother is a bit rajasic in nature. Reminders, follow-ups, motivator, all these qualities he has, which we should develop. Nowadays, also in the management talks, a lot of people they quote from the Ramayana for a leader. Who is the best leader? What are the qualities of a leader? A go-getter. Never give up. Never, never, never give up. N number of hurdles. Find ways for solution. No question. Pondering about, oh, you did say dead end. There are no dead ends. You should find a way out. No question of dropping in the middle. Or no question of finding fault and saying that is not good, like the fox story. The grapes are sour, it goes off. We humans are like that. We try for some time and say, okay, this is not my cup of tea, or that is not good. They run away. No, my dear friends. That is not the way. That is not a solution. Dhara Janaki Nayakacha Viveku. So Viveku, be thoughtful always. Keep him in your heart. Whom we should keep? Janaki Nayaka. Janaki Nayaka, the leader or whatever. But here we should understand that Janaki's best half, better half, or husband. Have him in your heart. All successes. Thanks for being with. Catch you later. Thank you.